Hello again, it's Jess or JashiiCorrin, and today I'm going to be taking you through how I've started to set up in my fourth bullet journal. For my previous bullet journals, I've been using the LT1917 dot grid journals. However, for this one, I wanted to change things up a bit and have a go at using the Scribbles That Matter instead. As I've mentioned in some of my previous videos already, I'm really enjoying this journal so far. I haven't been in it long enough to form any final opinions, but so far so good. For my setup in this journal, I've decided to split my pages into two separate categories, those in the front of my journal and those in the back. For this video, I'm going to be showing you the pages I've set up in the front of my journal. Before we jump into it, as per usual, any of the equipment that I use to set up these spreads will be linked in the description box below. Typically when I start a new journal, I do take a few weeks before I actually go and pen my name into the front of it. This is just due to a little bit of new planner anxiety that is totally irrational, but I have every single time I start a new journal. After this, I filled in my key using the same color codes as I had in my last journal, except for this change in holidays and birthdays, which used to be in a teal green. I was finding it was really hard to differentiate the teal between the light blue and the green color that I actually had. So I went instead for a darker blue color. I'm using the same bullet codes as I had in my last journal, though because there was space for it in the front of this journal, I decided to actually write them down. In terms of my index, I'm not too sure how I want to set this up yet because I have a few different ideas swirling around in my head, and I want to get a really clear picture of how I want this laid out before I get started on that. At this stage, it shouldn't be too much of a mission to fill out my index later on, because I don't really have that many pages set up in my journal as of yet. The first spread we have from my journal is my future log. Previously, I've tried a few different styles of future log, one of which was the Calendex, which was created by Eddie Hope. However, for this journal, I know that I just wanted something quite simple and straightforward. So I've just got mini monthly calendars for August through to December, and then a section on the right here for any dates that are further out than that. Because I'm starting this journal on the 1st of July, I decided to start my future log in August, because any of the events that I have going on in July will just end up in my monthly pages. I've used my color code for the journal to color code each of the different events that I have based on what category they fit into. So you see here this pale blue color, those are all of my work events. Whereas these darker blue colours, those are all of the ones related to birthdays or holidays. You can see here I've also used the purple colour to indicate the social event that I know I have going on in November. The colour scheme that I've used in this spread has also been used in my other pages I've put at the start of my journal. For the colour scheme of the pages in the front of my bullet journal, I went with this kind of sunset-inspired theme that was focused mainly on oranges and purples. So you can see we have 5 different shades of the Tombow Dual Brush markers in the colours 933, 905, 679, 636 and 723. Along with this, I also use some similarly shaded Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners to do any of the fine line work. For any of the black outlining, I went in with my Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens in the sizes S and F. After my future log, we have my goals and savings spreads. At this stage, I haven't decided what my goals for this second half of the year are going to be, so this page has been left quite blank. What I'm intending to have for this though is a running list of different goals that I have, hopefully roughly sorted into different categories. In terms of my savings spread here, each of those boxes represents $50 that I want to put away for a later date. Because I've carried this on from my last journal, this number does not start at 0, but instead starts at $6,000, as this is the amount that I've been able to save in this first half of the year. The last page that I have for my start of year setup is my time of month tracker, or TOM, which is a combination of a period and intimacy tracker. For this page, each block represents 1 week of time, and I have 3 boxes for each day to represent having my period associated pain, and intimacy. This is mostly unchanged from my last TOM tracker, except I've given myself separate columns for each of those things, rather than just recording them in the same column. This change, however, does mean that this tracker won't actually take me throughout the entire rest of this year. As you can see here, it actually ends on the 11th of November. So at some stage I will have to make an additional page in my journal to track the rest of the year. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts, comments or feels, please do leave them in the comments section below. And if you like this video, please do make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I'll be doing a part 2 of this video next weekend, which will look at how I'm setting up the back end of my journal. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to my channel to see the videos I release every Thursday and Sunday. And until next time, bye!